Hi, in this video you will learn how to import images into Lightroom Classic. And stay tuned because in the end I have a bonus tip for you. Hi, I'm Martin. I'm a content creator and educator and I do this stuff for over 10 years. So you can now profit from my experience here in image editing with Lightroom Classic. Let's get started and let's see how you can import your images from your camera or your card directly into Lightroom Classic. So in the beginning I will start here in Lightroom Classic with an empty catalog. Normally my catalog is full, but here on this machine I will start a new catalog so you can follow with me with the next steps and with the next project. So before you start, you should know what's inside the Lightroom Classic catalog, and I will show you what I mean with this. So I open it by pressing on the Command key here on the Mac and I go to the destination. Normally it's in your user account under Pictures and Lightroom. And herein you see the LRCut file, and this is the Lightroom catalog where all your informations are stored. So informations about your metadata, your tags, your settings you did in the develop model and many more. But it's important to know that inside the catalog and inside this folder there are no images stored. So if you make a backup, be sure that you save the catalog file and the destination where your images are stored. Normally it's the pictures folder. So let's get started here in Lightroom Classic by importing your images. I go to the import button to open the import dialog, and in the first time when I open this I have to ensure that Lightroom can search and read all the locations. So I press OK, here again and here again. That's here on the Mac and that's a one-time confirmation in the beginning. So now I insert the SD card into my Mac, and in a minute you see here the devices. I see here the untitled device, so I press on it and now you see all the images that are stored on this SD card. And the Lightroom import dialog is working like this. In the left region you have the source, so where you get your images from. In the middle you see the images, and on top of this dialog you have some options to copy, to move, and to add image, and to copy as DNG. To copy is the option you have when you're copying from an SD card to the destination here on the right. If you have your images on your hard drive, you can move them, let's say from your desktop to a destination of your choice. Or you can add them. If you have an image structure on your hard drive that works, then you can add to the catalog. But now I have an SD card and I can copy the images. And special option is to copy as DNG. So the raw files get copied onto your hard drive and after that they get converted in DNG. DNG is the digital negative file from Adobe and it's claimed to be a future-proof RAW file. All your informations, all your raw data are captured or are contained inside the DNG, so you can use it if you want. For my part, I stay at normal copying my raw files, and that's what I will do right now. So that you see it a little bit better, you can go to the bottom of the dialog and here you can sort your images. Now you have the sorting off, that's the standard behavior, but I will definitely recommend that you go to capture time, so you have the time really as you captured your images and all your sorting is right. So that's everything you have to do in the middle. On the right side you have all your options. So let's start with the file handling. Here I would say build previews, take the standard file size. The previews are the previews inside the library that Lightroom needs for working, and the standard size is calculated in combination with your screen size. So go to standard, that's okay. Build smart previews is nothing you need in the beginning. Don't import suspect duplicates. So if you have imported images from an SD card but you don't deleted it afterwards, you can have duplicates. But if you have checked this icon here, don't import suspect duplicates, then that's no problem. All the other options here at file handling are okay. File renaming is a crucial one for me. So I activate rename files and then you have here your templates. The standard templates are okay, but not that what I need. So I go to the edit button, and here in the edit button, I delete everything and start with a new template, and I want my initials, so MD, and after that I don't want to have my file name, because then I would have, I insert this, I would have the file name that comes from the camera, but no, I want to have my file name number suffix, and so I have MD001, or in this case MD9532. And to save this preset, I can go over to this dialog and save current settings as new preset. And this is my 001 MD, because that's my initials suffix. And now I click on create and have my name over there. Then I click on done, and now you see that I have my MD suffix preset for the rename files over there. And in the bottom of this file renaming dialog part, you see how it's renamed. Okay, so next step, apply during import. Here you have the option to apply develop settings. This is an option I rarely use. So go to the next part, metadata, and that's an important one. As mentioned before, I have a new catalog, so I want to start with a new metadata preset. So I click on new, give the preset a name, MD. And now it's important that you add all the information at the ePTC copyright information. So copyright Martin Dörsch, copyright status is copyrighted, and then go down, and here I have all the informations that associate the images to myself. So the name, so after that I have filled out everything. I can create this template. So I just click on create, and now you see I have my MD metadata template over there. The keywords I would leave empty because I want to create a preset, and this preset shouldn't have any keywords inside. The destination is a very, very important step, because here you can say where the images should get copied. So remember, I copy my images from the SD card to my destination, and the destination is my local hard drive, my user location, then the pictures, and inside pictures Lightroom will organize the pictures by date. So the date is coming from the metadata from my images from the SD card, and I want it by date, and the date format should be 2022/2022 -1 -18, so that's the month and that's the date. So I take it, and Lightroom will automatically create this information for me. So if I have the target, the destination of my import at the pictures folder, Lightroom will create the years folder and automatically also the year, month and date folder. That's everything I want to have. So now I can press on the import button, but now it's time for the bonus tip. Because if you don't want to create everything every time you go into the import dialog, then you can save it as a preset. And that's really, really important for a fast workflow. So let's see. If everything is set up correctly, like it is right now, I can go into this dialog here, import preset, and click here on the none button. And now I want to save the current as a new preset. And that's my 001 MD import. Okay. And now I click on create, and all my settings that I have dialed in here are saved in this preset. So what does this mean? If I will change anything, for example, I uncheck this button, then you see my preset has this edited attached. If I go into this dialog and go to my user presets and use this preset again, then you see everything is set up correctly as before. So let's test it again. I insert some keywords, I change some of the settings over here, and also my destination. So everything is really messed up. When I now go to my preset and go to MD import, everything is set up again like I wanted in my workflow. And that's the cool part, because now you just have to look on the preset name if there's an edited, and if it's so, then just click on it and use your import preset, and then you're good to go. After that, you can go and press on the import button. So now I go and press on the import button, and the import starts. So what is Lightroom doing in the background? You see here in the top of Lightroom, you have two operations in progress. So first of all, the images get copied from the SD card to my hard drive, and then Lightroom is creating standard previews. And here are my images coming into Lightroom Classic. So the next step is waiting. Wait till this import process is finished. And after that, you can go in and rename this folder. So as you see here, I have a lot of images and the import process will take its time. But now I can show you where the images are stored. So I make a right click, secondary mouse click onto an image and go to Show in Finder. And here in the Finder, see where the images are stored. So I go up to folders, and you see I'm inside the pictures. Lightroom has created this 2021 folder. I can double click on it. Inside this 2021 folder is this folder Lightroom creates, like the date, so year, month and day. And when I go inside this folder, you see all the images get imported inside this folder because Lightroom is now importing these images. So that's really a crucial part. You have to understand how the Lightroom Classic dialog, the import dialog, is working, because then you know where are your images. So always look on the destinations. Have you chosen the right destination? So I would always recommend choose your pictures folder in the beginning, and Lightroom will create the date, the year, and after that the day. If the date folder, the year folder is already created, Lightroom will certainly take this folder and create the day folder inside this year folder. So you don't have to worry about that. So for example, if I shoot photos today and I will import them, I just go to my preset, import preset, see if there's an edited or not. If there's an edited, I will choose the right preset so that the edited is away. And after that, I can just go and import all my folders or all my photos, and Lightroom will create the folders. So that's really, really cool. I hope you have learned something new. If so, please comment in the section below and just tell me what you have learned and what kind of images you are taking. I'm really curious about that. And then just go to my website, martindörsch.com, and there see what I'm doing. If you like this video, just give me a like and don't forget to subscribe. And I hope you have learned something new and you will stay here because I will create new stuff like this.